Hello friends. I nearly started the Hello Pretty People phrase that I did for years. I've decided not to do that anymore. It just sounds a little bit sort of unnatural to me nowadays, now that I'm getting older. This is my first video in about a year. I had intentions to make more last year. Life happens. But anyway, I'm gonna try and make some and see how I feel about them. So anyway, that was a really rambly. That was a little bit rambly. Anyway, so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do a top 5 favourite brushes. Kind of start simple. Back to the basics. And I'm going to demonstrate them. The palette I will use it's not necessarily new, but it's new to me. This is the Revolution Soph Super Spice palette. It came out sort of end of last year, but this is the first time I've actually seen it in stores in a price line. I do have her other 2 palettes, which both look pretty worth the wear. This is the there you go, the thing's coming off. This is just the Soph palette. And then this is the Extra Spice, which I didn't like as much as the original, but this is the Super Spice. Yeah, Super Spice. So I do like the bright colours. I haven't played with everything in it, I only got it the other day. But I'm just going to create a neutral-ish look. There'll be some shimmer. So, I'll only be showing the steps that require the brushes that I will be presenting. So first up, we have the ZOEVA 104 Buffer Brush. This is one of my favourite foundation brushes. There was a bit of a toss-up between this one and this one, which is from Real Techniques. I can't remember the name of the collection because there's been a lot of changes in the Real Techniques company. Sam and Nick no longer have their names on them, which, like, I get why, but it was just disappointing because I've loved them for so long. I did do a video on this collection a while ago. There is another brush in there that I cannot fault. I haven't seen a brush before or since that I like so much, a eyeshadow blending brush. So I have a feeling, I couldn't find what it was called, whether I featured them or not. I have a feeling it's called the Party Lights Neon Lights. I will look it up and I'll get to the bottom of it. So anyway, I've put a primer down. The foundation I use is the Ordinary Coverage Foundation in 11N, and I've been using this for a long time. I use it for my clients. lid looks a little worse for wear. I do like that these have a little locking mechanism. Mechanism? Is that the right word? Anyway, there's now. You know what I'm going to do, because I mentioned this, I'm so sorry. I'm going to do one side because I can't choose. Okay, so ZOEVA is my right side, Real Techniques is my left side. You know what, we're going to go 6. We're going to go 5 plus an honourable mention because I like them both too much. I started going that way just naturally. Alright, so I'm going to use this concealer, but I'm going to take the brushes I've used and sort of blend it in a little bit better. Make it a bit more seamless.
Seamlessness. Seamless.
You're wondering where my rings are from. This one is from Royal Essence. It's one of those that came out of a bath bomb. Or not bath bomb, but came out, yeah, Royal Essence bath crumble. It's watermelon scented. Smells amazing. If you like heavy fruity scents. That was a gift for my birthday last year from my housemate. This one was my Valentine's gift from my boyfriend. We actually have matching rings. Panicked a little bit the other day because I thought I'd lost it. He was so nice about it though. Okay, so my next brush is also from Real Techniques and my husband decided the vacuum cleaner. Changing the lighting a little bit. I use this one instead. This is kind of a keepsake because it's there's not a lot of it left. This was from this is their bronzer brush that they've had out since I think their first collection. And this is sort of a limited edition brush from when they did their Hollywood Icons documentary. So it's an Art Deco, there was an Art Deco design. I just keep it in the box just for safekeeping because it's so beautiful. And I just use the regular one. I just sort of chuck that in there. But I do like this brush as a brush. And I'm gonna use it to powder everything down. I like to use the Rimmel Match Perfection, packaging looks worse for wear, Match Perfection powder. And I like to go over my lids until they feel like soft and powdery. That way I know my primer is set. And then do the around the nose. I find I get very shiny in the nose area. Alright, on to my ultimate favourite. So this is from the same collection as this. And like I said, I don't think I've found a eyeshadow blending brush that I've liked more before or since. It's the perfect shape. And like it's stiff enough that you can get a nice colour payoff, intensity. Soft enough that you can blend nicely, but it's not so soft that it's just sort of haphazard, and it's not so, I find some brushes just don't blend enough. So you're going to get a good, anyway, it's hard to explain. It's just perfect. I haven't loved a brush more, again, before or since. So I'm going to use Cookie Dough, which is a lovely sort of neutral-ish shade. It looks quite warm in the palette, mostly because of the lighting I have. And I'm very much a fan of transition shades, starting very light, building up, rather than putting a colour down and then trying to blend it out. I see a lot of people do that and like whatever works for them, but it also stresses me out a little bit to watch. This brush helps me get the perfect shade and intensity and blend and all. I just love this brush. You can even, it's soft enough that you can squeeze it and sort of taper it. And then I'm going to go Cereal. Kind of the similar shape, but just a little bit more concentrated. I'm actually going to take Cereal all over the lid. Well, no, I'm going to take it sort of in the outer half. So what I'm going to do, I have another brush to feature. This is from Sports Girl. This is my favourite brush to use when cutting a crease. It's the brushes, the bristles are quite stiff, which I like, and it just pushes in nicely. I just love the density of it, and because of the density and because of the shortness of the brushes, it's not going to bend when you try to do something as defined like a cut crease. Obviously it's a little bit thicker, so it's not going to get that. You will get a perfect crisp one if you angle it correctly, but you also do cover a fair bit of space. So what I think I'm going to use, I'm going to use the Ordinary concealer, and this is in shade 11N, which is in the same the same color family as the foundation I used, but it is actually a fair bit lighter, so I guess it's supposed to match. And it's quite a thick cover, it's a full coverage concealer. So I still like to do the thing where you draw it along the line, blink up, and then there's your crease. I actually find with this, a fair bit goes a long way. So I should use a mirror for this. And then blend that out. Yeah. Gonna go back in with Cereal on my blending brush. And then I'm going to take it on this brush. I usually use my finger or whatever. Get the most use out of the brushes I'm featuring. This is the e.l.f. glitter glue. I have 2 tubes of this, mostly because I keep misplacing them. I love these so much. I love glitter glue. I like glitter. But yeah, the e.l.f. one has been my favourite. And then I'm going to take Dreamy, which I love. Okay, so I'm going to go back in with cereal. And I'm going to form a stronger crease on top of that just to define it. I realised that my palette really masks, because I've got a microphone up here, really masks the sound. And then I'm flicking that upwards. I'm also taking this you know what, I might go a step further. I'm going to take brownies, which I believe was a repeat in Extra Spice. Obviously it was such a popular shade that she repeated it. So I'm just diffusing that line a little bit. Taking a bit of brownies and adding it outwards. So the final brush I'm going to use, I'm going to do a winged liner. I used to do these all the time when they really just started getting back into it. I used to use primarily the INGLOT AMC eyeliner gel in 77. This is looking a bit worse for wear, but you know what? It's still great. I do need to use Duraline, which I don't have much left of. So this is the INGLOT 31T. Very faintly says, I think that's a... Oh. See, the 30T or the 31T. It will be below. I'm going to Duraline this. With the small amount that I have left. I'm going to use this main mirror because I like to have both hands when I'm doing a winged liner. So follow up my waterline, not the lash line, but the waterline. What I have been doing lately, if I just have a more professional look, I just do, probably not quite as sparkly as this, but I just do plenty of mascara and I feel even that enough just feels really good for me. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a pop of colour in the inner corner. So I want to use Frère. My French sucks. I barely know any French, so I do apologise. Oh, I like that. You know what I think they need? Is glitters, but like a yellow toned glitter. There's so many sort of blue toned, turquoisey toned glitters, but there's so few pure green, like yellow green glitters on the market, which is I just wish there were more yellow toned green glitters on the market and shadows in general. A lot of things are sort of turquoisey, and I love turquoise tones, but there do need to be some more yellow toned glitters on the market. Just my 2 cents. So I'm going to use another Revolution palette. This is the Roxy palette. I've actually just freshly cleaned this. I should have done that with my Soph palette. And it's a bit well loved. I bought another one recently and I didn't love it as much. I didn't like the tones as much. So I'm going to use these bronzing powders, a mixture of both. It crumbled on me. Let's see how much I can get away with this one brush. This isn't like how I use these products. This is what I can get away with my top 5 favorite brushes. And I guess what you can do with them. You know what? I'm going to take my foundation brushes. This is actually my blush brush. It's what I use for my blush. I think I can get away with this for nose contour. The setting spray I've been using lately is the Australis Makeup Finishing Spritz Matte. How much can I get away with this one? That was an old Nikki Tutorials technique. I don't think she uses it anymore, but you know what? I do, and I like it. I like to bring a little bit through the brow, so I've got an actual highlight over the brow bone, both above and below the brow. Okay, and for blush, I like to use this one from Essence. It's called Beloved. Like I said, this is actually the brush I use for blush, but I've used it for all of my cheek products today. And I like to use blush last. To me, it kind of blends everything together. I think that's the thing about taking some time away and not creating a YouTube video for a while, is that you know, hone in your techniques even further. Like, your techniques will change from time to time. You know, this is what's working for me now. So, alrighty. I'm going to use lashes. These are Cartier from OXX Beauty from Kmart. You know what, I'm just going to show the rest of the products from now on. Also, the mascara that I have been using and loving is Lash Paradise from L'Oreal. And I discovered it from a Steph Tom's video. And this is my second one of these because I love them so much. These OXX Beauty, they come with lash glue, but I took one sniff of lash glue and I'm like, whoa, I'm putting that anywhere near my eyes. It's very potent. So these are outer lashes, and they're great if you've got a wing. So what I've been trying to do and learning to do is be patient with the lashes and actually let them set. So I've been doing a nude lip for so long. I'm gonna show my, what I've been doing is I've been using lip liner, and then I'll use a purple ointment, particularly if I'm going out. So because I find a lot of lip glosses because we're still wearing masks here, a lot of lip glosses stick terribly to my underneath my mask and just makes it feel tacky and awful. So I've been using pawpaw ointment or Vaseline, and honestly my lips, like the texture of my lips, have never felt better. Also, if I'm greeting my boyfriend or if we're heading out together, it just, Vaseline just feels a lot better, and it's not going to, it obviously still transfers a little bit, but it's not so gloopy. But for photography, I'll use an actual lip gloss. So this is Canoodle from Australis. Actually, what I've been liking to do lately. I contoured the top of it. Never thought I'd follow a Scott Barnes trick, because I don't really think very highly of him, but anyway. I tend to correct this side. And then I fill this in. Because I'm doing, you know, a pawpaw ointment, I need like a colour base. Yeah, I just find this option transfers a lot less than actual lip gloss. Doesn't leave such a residue. Okay, so that's the colour base. Then for definition, I've been taking the Rimmel Lasting Finish Lip Liner. This is in Cappuccino. And I had to overdraw my lips ever so slightly. And then just sort of fill in around the inner corners. Blend. The lip I'm going to use for this is from Chi Chi, and it's the Gloss a la Creme, and it's called Show Pony. Okay, so a good way to tell that your lash glue is ready, I don't know if you can see that, it's kind of like a, it looks kind of patchy because it's drying in patches. It also makes a kind of bluish tinge. It also saves you from trying to fix the inner corners all the time, which I think is the bane of my existence when it comes to lashes. Don't get me wrong, I love a full lash, but I love the convenience of a half lash. And that, my friends, is my final look, including my favourite brushes, my top 5. So we have this Real Techniques one, which I will find out collection name. We have the ZOEVA 104 buffer brush. We have this blending brush, which is from that same collection. We have these other brushes from Real Techniques. This one is from the Hollywood Icons one with the, which did have the Art Deco. You can still see a little bit of the line work on it. The Sports Girl bamboo brush with the bamboo handle for the cut crease. Not sure of the actual collection name. And we have the INGLOT 31T. 30T. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope to make more this year. Please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Any social media links will be down below. So have a wonderful day and stay classy, kids.